Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and I appreciate you stopping by. So I wanted to provide you some game settings as far as your graphics to get the lowest input possible. So we're going to go over game settings first, and then I'll go over the hardware, what I'm using in my PS5, and then also what ports I'm using for the fastest response for your DualSense Edge and connection wise and all that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so we're going to start off with graphics. As you can see, on-demand texturing is off. Having this off does help your game run a lot smoother and just helps with your upload back into the servers. So you're gonna want to have all this area off, even though I understand fidelity casts make it look a lot nicer, and then also on-demand texturing. But because on PS5 we're at a disadvantage as far as speed and power compared to a PC, we want to get everything we can back, and people that are running with this stuff on their console, we're gonna have an advantage having it off. So make sure you have this off to lower the latency in your PS5. As we go down, we have 120 hertz. So 120 hertz, you're going to be able to activate this if your TV or monitor you are playing on is HDMI 2.1. So be sure to check that. If you are not sure, drop your model in the comments and I'll try to look it up for you, or if you want, you can look it up yourself. But you got to make sure it's the HDMI 2.1 to take advantage of the 120 hertz. If not, you're going to be playing at 60 and you're going to be a little behind on those people that are running the 120 hertz. All right, field of view. So talking about that 120 hertz, PS5 does not maintain all 120 hertz all the time. Not even most PCs do that unless you have a really high-end PC. But the more stuff that's happening in your game, the more frames you're going to drop, the less frames you get, right? You maintain. So lowering this down to 100 definitely helps out your game to be more smoother. It also helps with your aim assist as well. It does affect it. So what I would do is multiplayer, you could play at 100. In Warzone, honestly, I recommend playing at 120. I've tried playing at 100. I tried playing at 110. Maybe I'll get some frames back, 115. But as I was looking at my monitor and it tells me how much frames I'm getting, from 120 all the way down to 100, I'm getting frames back, but it's very fractional, in my opinion. I don't feel like I'm willing to sacrifice that to get it back, to lose the 120 field of view, just because there's so much happening in Warzone. Now multiplayer, if you're taking your time playing ranked multiplayer, then yeah, I recommend going to 100, or even regular pub multiplayer if you're playing public matches. 100 is good, but I'm so used to 120. I stay on 120 at all times. That's just what I play on. But yes, if you do want it to be faster, go down to 100 if you want it to be faster. Okay, totally preference on you, however you want to do it. As we go down here, brightness is going to be up to you. I wouldn't recommend going past 50. I was at 49. I'm recently at 50, so that's where I'm at right now. Safe area, you're going to shrink this all the way down so you don't have to be looking across your screen. And then that's it for this area. That's all I have. The other thing you're going to want to turn off is go down to account and network. When you go down here to dismemberment and gore effects, you're going to want to turn this off, because having this on is going to make your game kind of lose a little bit of packet. You're going to have some latency. So having this off does help your game run a little bit smoother, especially when you're shooting people and there's things happening in the game. So make sure this is off so you get faster input. That's pretty much it that I have for the game wise. Another thing you can do is I would recommend is turning inverted flashbangs on. It's better to have it on because that bright screen is very bright and hurts your eyes. So you could turn this on. This would help as well. And that's pretty much it for this part of the video. If you're here, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support I've had in my last video of the Warzone controller settings for the DualSense Edge and the settings for for any controller you're using. Thank you to everyone that's been subscribing, commenting, liking, showing support. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you can, comment, like, subscribe on this video, share it with someone that's just got a PS5 or is thinking about getting a PS5 or just needs help with their game overall. If you know they don't have these settings, that way you can help them out. So the next part of this video is going to be on my connectivity with my game, how I'm running my game on my PS5, and then also my controller with my connectivity and how I'm using it. All right, let's get into it. All right, so on this part, I don't have my cam up so you can see a total picture of what I'm using. So I am using the WD Black 1TB NVMe M.2 SSD, and this is officially licensed by Sony. I do have the 1TB. If you have the budget, it is on sale right now for 21% off. I don't have the 2TB. I do have the 1, and I think that's plenty. Your console already has some storage in it, and then adding on 1TB does help. I run all my PS5 games on my SSD, my M.2, because it does give you a little bit faster load times as far as loading into games, functioning your game, loading screens, stuff like that. It just helps with overall smoothness of your game. So for controller connection on your DualSense Edge, you're going to want to connect your controller direct to the PS5, and you're going to want to use the back ports on the PS5, being that these are your USB super speed ports, allowing to have the most fastest connection available on your DualSense Edge, taking advantage of the speed it does have. So that's pretty much it that I have for this video, guys. If there's anything I left out or anything that you had questions on, please be sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll greatly appreciate that. Again, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.